What forms of action should be taken to enhance proper waste disposal by Brad Fagan, Ben Para, and Daniel Guidera? So sustainability is a concept our world has struggled to grasp as a community. Many efforts have been made to reduce our impact on the environment, but many people don't realize a major root to our eco-dangerous lifestyles is waste. Now the type of waste I'm going to be talking about is municipal solid waste. Things like garbage, septic, and even demolition debris. Now the waste itself is not harmful. Rather, how the waste is handled is where the real harm comes. For example, if you leave a piece of garbage out in a wide, sunny field for a long time, obviously it's going to decompose and release noxious gases into the atmosphere. And a simple solution to this would be just throw away your trash and recycle your recyclables. But this is where the concept of waste disposal comes in. One of the most common forms of waste disposal, the landfill, which is a structure built into the ground used to dispose of non-recycled waste, actually gets a bad reputation for being environmentally unstable. This is because as the waste begins to build up within the landfills, it releases a toxic gas called methane, which according to the EPA can trap up to 20 times more heat than carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas that takes a toll on our ozone layer. However, many advancements have been made to the landfill to make it more suitable for our environment. For example, modern landfills have safely secured the waste in a base system of compact clay and geomembrane to prevent waste runoff into underground aquifers and include gas wells throughout the landfill to collect noxious gases such as methane and carbon dioxide, which can then be either destroyed or repurposed into energy or fuel. With these advancements made, the landfill may not seem like that environmentally harmful, but the real harm comes from the land the landfills take up. Landfills are meant to store waste, not to destroy it. So the land that a landfill takes up never really leaves, and it can take up to 50 years to repurpose the land just to be used for a park or sports field. Also, according to the Romanian Ministry of Environment and Forests, the development of a landfill meant the loss of 30 to 300 species per 100 acres of a landfill. If you take into account the amount of waste generated on a daily basis, which, according to the EPA, an average American adult produces about 5.91 pounds of waste on a daily basis. If you take into account the amount of waste being generated and the harm on the environment begins to become grave. This is why we need to call for new or innovative methods of waste disposal, and we need to encourage already existing methods of waste disposal, such as incineration or recycling, so that we can sustainably dispose of our waste.
Recycling is the first solution, and it is the most effective and respectively the most commonly used worldwide. Recycling involves the conversion of waste to reusable material. It is done by people putting waste into a recycling bin and then converting that waste into reusable material when that bin is translated to a recycling plant. Only certain materials can be recycled. These materials include paper. Paper can include paperboard, cardboard, tissue paper, and newspaper. The next material that can be recycled is plastic, which includes plastic containers and plastic bottles. Metals, such as cans and bottles, can also be recycled. The last material that is generally able to be recycled is glass. There are rules when it comes to recycling. One rule is that you have to keep food or liquid out of your recycle when you do recycle it. That means that you cannot recycle a container if there is half a cheeseburger inside it. Researchers at the University of Oxford, Hannah Ritchie and Max Rosaire, stated that 9% of the 5,800 million tons of plastic recycled since 1950 or discarded since 1950 has been recycled. This is ridiculous that 91% of the plastic has not been recycled due to its various benefits. There are other benefits when it comes to recycling. It conserves resources, secures the economy, and also prevents pollution. Many countries also use improper waste disposal methods. By changing their policies, that would be our second solution. Improper waste disposal involves the contamination of soil, water, and air, which harms nearby species and also contributes to global warming. Open burning involves the combustion of material in non-contained areas, unlike incineration. This is bad because it affects air pollution very strongly. Along with this, open dumping, which contaminates the soil because it is not in a safe area where the trash is being dumped. Algeria is one country that often uses open burning, according to Mariana Garfi at UPC Barcelona Tech. More specifically, Algeria's refugee camps constantly burn in open areas. Along with this is Turkey, who according to the SWR stat, has, despite its efforts, struggled to limit their amount of open dumping and still have the highest amount of open dumpings per capita. Overall, making big policy changes will affect the world very greatly in helping the environment.
Before I get into the specific benefits and damages of incineration plants, I want to demonstrate how an average plant works through this graph. Now first, the trash is placed into the garbage bunker, which stores it and pre-treats it. Next, it is pushed out to the boiler where the incineration process takes place and the toxic smoke is produced. Next, it is pushed through multiple fabric and pollutant filters, which then goes to the energy production unit. This creates electricity and heat, which can be used to power homes and buildings. Lastly, it is pushed through the stack, which produces toxic smoke and other harmful chemicals. So far, incineration is our most promising solution. It is much more efficient than the other three methods, burning 90% of all waste. There is no need for landfills, and due to their relatively small size, they are more conveniently placed into cities. They also produce energy, and they do not contaminate groundwater as opposed to landfills. They also have lower pollution emissions than landfills, and new incineration plants have more technologically advanced pollutant filters. Incinerators are also much more reliable than landfills, operating in any weather. They can also troubleshoot detecting errors in their systems with the use of modern-day computers. And lastly, they can use, ship, and store the ash to be used in construction, according to the FCC Environmental Group, which is a leading resource waste management group based in Europe. While incineration has several benefits, they also have several short and long-term damages. They're very expensive to build. On average, it costs $280 million to just build one, which does not include the labor cost and dangerous jobs that take place at the plants. The plants also produce smoke, nitrogen oxide, heavy metals, and toxic gases. They also discourage waste reduction and recycling because people believe it is a perfect system to removing all the waste. According to Salman Zafar, a renewable energy expert, we need to attempt to add more environmentally friendly technology to incinerators before we mass produce and promote them. In conclusion, recycling, changing foreign policies, and incineration are the three most prominent and effective solutions we have up to date, but we can strive to look into more and research more waste management systems that will more environmentally friendly to our system. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. I'm going to have you answer the first question. Can you tell how the content of the team presentation changed as a result of you guys discussing it with each other?
Our content changed because we all three had a different goal of what we wanted, and we all had different lenses. When we put them together, we found out there's many connections underlying us to all of them. For instance, landfills and incineration are often compared and contrasted because they're both widely different systems of disposing of waste.
Okay, thank you. Brad, in what way did you improve your ability to work with the group as a result of this presentation or project?
So I think working with this group, obviously being able to work with these people and get their perspectives gave me more chances to include more information into my presentation, and just not even the research, but their perspectives on what I should present and what I should put in my papers obviously helped a lot in creating my presentation.
Okay. And finally, Ben, what was the strongest counter argument to the solution or conclusion your team identified, and why?
The strongest counter argument to our entire project was was actually landfills because they're extremely cheap compared to incineration or other methods, and also it doesn't take as much effort to get people to support and vote for politicians that will carry out these methods.
Okay, thank you very much.